Hello, everyone. My name is GradaLove. I am from PG County, the DMV area, if you are familiar. Of course, they're familiar, right? Okay. My spirit animal, I say the lioness because she leads with a quiet, pure, powerful silence. And that's me.
Mm-hmm. Why do you feel like that's you?
Because I don't think lioness get all the credit, but they really do a lot of work. And they keep that tribe together, okay? The lioness really rules the jungle.
If we think about it.
Yeah.
If we're being very honest.
Power of the...
So it's also like with that, how does that empower you as a woman? Feeling like the lioness and feeling like you don't get the credit you deserve. How does that empower you?
It makes me roar. It makes me louder than I need to be sometimes, but I also found power in that. It's okay to like be extra loud and it be uncomfortable for some people because you have to hear me roar. So many days we've been silenced. So many ways we've had beautiful ideas that have been taken and like you gonna hear me this time.
What you doing with your ideas and with your voice right now?
Oh, I just released a podcast.
Let's go.
Marrying the Unigod. Okay. It just talks about spirituality, and I think we can all learn from each other. We can all learn from what we're doing in our practice and then bring it together. And, you know, sometimes you pick up things and you don't need other things. I always say, take what you need, leave what you don't. And that's kind of the approach I have with the podcast, just bringing us all together. And it's young people of color. Like, we are all saying our own practices, reclaiming stuff that we have been so distanced from, and now we can reconnect with each other and with our practice and with our divinity.
Yeah, kind of getting in touch with the spirit that is within.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. How does that, like, how did you get into podcasting from poetry?
Well, I used to have a radio show, Tea Time Topics, #TeaTimeTopics. Back in the day, it was something I did from Salisbury. I lived in Salisbury. No poetry scene whatsoever. It was my fresh out of college move. And I knew I had to come back home. I knew it. I was like, there's no poetry scene. I don't have a voice here. Not the way I want to. I'm not creative at all. Yeah, I worked for an airline. I had free flight benefits. I was like, this is lit.
Right.
Then I was like, I'm not doing my purpose. I'm crying in the closet and noticing I should be performing and sharing my voice. So that was like the baby steps of it. Tea Time Topics with the baby steps of podcasting. Yeah.
What led you to the stage from Salisbury?
Well, I performed in a high school poetry slam. So it's always been in my life. Since middle school, I had an English teacher. We used to like analyze Tupac lyrics and it was amazing. Slick Rick, all that. Yeah. And from there, I started writing poetry. I remember this girl, Nicole. Shout out to you, Nicole, because you are still in my brain. How many years later? But she was like, Chase, can I cuss?
Of course.
Okay. So, shout out to Nicole, because when I was performing in the 8th grade, I remember, this was actually a performance. It was middle school, I don't care. I was performing for y'all. And she said, Chantel, you got this whack-ass rhyme scheme. And I was like, did she just? But I ain't stopped. You see me now. I'm still going. But just like I pretty much would freestyle and free flow it. And I was like, that's what feels good to me. And at 16, I performed in my first poetry slam at Busboys and Poets. We left early. I don't know if I ever won. Probably not, because she screamed virgin when I first got up there, because it was my first time. And I just knew I had to reconnect. I went away, went to school, and I realized I'm not doing my purpose. If I died, none of this matters.
Very true. Yeah. And like putting your foot in it and your fingerprint back in it, where'd you start?
I went to a Whiskey Girl event while I was still living in Salisbury. It was over the summer for my birthday. So probably about 2 years ago, maybe 3. 3 years ago. I went to a Whiskey Girl event and I performed at her open mic. And I was just like, okay. And then she was like, you need to like keep doing this. So I followed them on Instagram, stayed connected. And then I moved back in November. So that was July. I moved back in November. And from there, I had booked a feature for that February coming up. And then after that, after my life coach session where she was like, tell the universe you're a spoken word poet. It's like, say it to the universe.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it. So I started introducing myself to people as a spoken word poet, like just practicing. And that was pretty much what catapulted me, like after that first feature and showing up to open mics over and over. Like my open mic therapy poem says, keep coming back. It works if you do. And I'm living proof. Just show up, do the work.
Shout out to Whiskey Girl. That's beautiful.
Yes.
It's like, what do you think? I heard you say that you're a spoken word poet, right? Mm-hmm. Versus saying a spoken word artist or a poet. What makes you put those two titles together?
See, I have this thing with putting titles together. As you can see, Unigod is what I call our divine source. Like universe, God.
It's a thing.
It just feels good to me, you know? Spoken word poet is the same thing. I never want to disconnect from the fact that I'm a poet. I don't sing. I don't rap yet. I'm not gonna lie. I be in my little garage band kicking around, but it's not really rap. It's just a flow, you know? And I never want to pull away from the fact that I'm a writer at the very core of it. Like those pure 8th grade, 9th grade poems. Right. That is my truth. And I never want to disconnect from it. So I'm not an artist. I'm a poet.
That's beautiful. And it's like in the growth from 8th grade poems to 2020 Grada, what does that process look like?
I was just talking to my best friend about this. Yeah. So there are some videos that are now privated because the way I speak now, baby girl, I was sounding like Largo High School. Like you were getting all Largo High School-esque. I had that real urban twang in there.
That's beautiful.
So it was cute for the time being, but it was no real depth compared to like the life experiences that had to happen for me to write the pieces I have now. Like, so it's just more internal growth. Like GradaLove is like pretty much the embodiment of my womanhood, and every year it gets deeper and deeper. I'm in this thing with myself, just so y'all know. We in this thing.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Why the name GradaLove? How does that embody your woman journey? Oh,
so in 10th grade, I'm gonna be real transparent with y'all because I feel like that's
we appreciate honesty.
Yeah. We can't get nowhere telling lies. So exactly. I was walking to school in 10th grade from the bus stop. And I saw the Garda money truck, Garda, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And I was an accounting major back then, so I thought I was going to study accounting, be an accountant. You know, I'm good at it. I know how to manage, but like, yeah. So I switched around the R and A, and I added love. So like love and money, and then it became GradaLove, and then it just became all of my social media handles. Like I was just like, let me change this. I like it. And then I got to college, and people were actually calling me Grada, and I was like, oh. Then I like got to performing, and I was like, I'm not Chantel anymore. I am GradaLove.
I am not Chantel. And it's like in the creation of the person that you are on stage, is it separate from who you are as Chantel?
Yes.
In what
ways? Call me crazy. Sasha Fierce, Beyonce, like same difference. It's kind of like I'm louder on stage because I know people are finally listening. I know I don't have to doubt that I'm that young girl that was silenced. I don't have to doubt that I'm worthy. I feel like on the stage there's a power in it. It's just like a final release. Like it's like all of the self-confidence I didn't have before, I bring it to the stage. I bring it for that 12-year-old, 15-year-old girl who didn't want to say a thing, shaking at the thought of talking to another person I didn't know.
Right.
So I speak for her, and I'm kind of fueled by it. So it is a different person. Chantel likes to kick it in the house. I like to light candles, read books, and journal and paint and mind my business.
So quarantine has been lit.
Hello? I be like, I can't wait till this clock ends so I can go ahead and paint and mind my business.
You paint also? Like outside of the creation of words, where else does your art take you?
Definitely painting. One time when I didn't have words, I was like literally listening to Female Energy by Willow Smith on repeat on YouTube.
That really is a good one.
Girl.
Okay.
But
well, I was gonna say we'll get into something totally different over that. Right. But moving into that, like painting, words, you published a book.
Yeah.
You have a podcast dropping your second episode. It's like, where is art taking you? What are the messages you're putting out to us?
To be honest, I can't even give a clear path because I truly believe that every artist's path is different. And being a vessel, you never know what opportunities will come about because literally we're just trekking along sometimes. And it's like, I have this goal. I want to perform in London. I want to perform here. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it just kind of happens, but it doesn't become the forefront because there's other work to be done. And I am simply the vessel on the path, doing the work, showing up. So I don't even know how I got to this point sometimes. Like, I was like, it's good enough for me to just sell 5 books. If y'all buy 5 of them things, I'm happy. But to know I've sold way more, like going on WUSA 9, like that was insane. Great Day Washington. I was like, y'all, I'm doing, this is happening? Nah. Like, it's a whole lot of gratitude. And I think gratitude is what the Unigod allows to fuel me and allow all these other opportunities to come. I'm just open. I'm flexible. I'm willing to learn. I don't think I have it all together. Not by any means. So art is just taking me where it takes me.
Yeah, I feel that. With my last question, I wanted to ask if you had any advice for overcoming doubt, what would it be? For the spoken word poets of the world.
If I had any advice for overcoming doubt, it would be to just get really centered. Like, validate yourself before you step outside of yourself. And that goes beyond your artistry. That goes beyond interpersonal relationships. Like, validate yourself first. Know that what you're doing has pure intentions. And if there aren't pure intentions, check your intentions. And there won't be room for any doubt once you have validated yourself first. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming out and doing this with me.
I'm so glad to be here.
Oh my God. Like I tell you I love you all the time, but like, you know that.
My name is GradaLove, and honey, this is Elevate.